So this is I am Mayuko Isobe from Shukan Bunshun. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Yeah, so I will already send you some questions what I wanted to ask you. So just a moment. Okay, so I would like to ask you, the first question is, would you like to agree the Tokyo Olympics be held in this July or not?
It's very, very challenging to host an Olympic Games during the pandemic. There's no doubt about that. I know that the IOC has taken every precaution it can to make certain that the athletes come are healthy and safe. And we want to make sure the people of Japan remain healthy and safe. It will take a lot of cooperation, and already your country and your politicians and your people have worked so hard for this event. And the athletes, of course, have prepared and prepared and prepared. So I think it's the right thing to do, of course. Other people may disagree, but I think by the end of the games, people will be happy.
So, but these days, Japanese medical advisor, the top of medical advisor in Japan, his name Shigeru Omi. Actually, he said like not normal situation for being held the Olympics in Tokyo. How do you think about it?
Yeah, how could a pandemic be a natural, normal situation? It's not. We all know that. Everyone knows that. And yet, having people come together, especially on the field of play, where there is mutual respect and fair play, will help the world. And while it's a challenge for Japan to host this, the world will be so grateful to Japan once they have a chance to see the games and see the athletes and appreciate them. I think it will be a great, great opportunity for Japan to show the world that it can accomplish this under a very, very challenging situation.
I see. Yeah, so second question is, in some countries which COVID-19 surged, and we are here that athlete could not prepare enough. Some of the country, because our country's situation is depends on the country. Everything is different. So how do you think about isn't it fair for the game, like for the athletes?
Sure. Athletes, the difference between play and sport, play everybody can do. Sport, there are rules, and people agree to abide by the rules. And one of the rules to get to the Olympic Games is that in each sport, you have to qualify. And we used to say this might be too US a term, but the Olympic Games are not an all-comers event. Not everybody can come. So the athletes who have qualified have worked hard and had to go through the qualification rounds for their sport, and so they are prepared to compete. Life, sadly, is not always fair. Some people have more than others. But again, the respect shown from athletes to other athletes is very deep and abiding. And that too will be something important to share with the world.
Share with the world, yeah. So, except athletes, also there are some 3,000 people of, it's called IOC families. How do you think they will visit Japan? Like more than 3,000 people, it's called IOC families, visit to Japan. actually in Japan, it's a little bit people like they seems like not to receive many people's coming from,
Well, I think this time, unlike other games, will be fairly invisible because we will stay within. We've come to call them pods in my country. I'm not sure if that's what they're called in Japan, where we will stay within certain groups and we will not travel out. Sadly, I mean, I'm fortunate. I've been to Japan many times, so I've learned to appreciate the culture and I've been able to share it and enjoy it. Those who've not had that opportunity will be missing something. And I believe after the pandemic, they'll want to come back and visit and understand better. But the people who are part of the Olympic family will be staying within the Olympic hotels and within the Olympic transportation systems and go to the Olympic venues. And from the venues, I'll go from the hotel to the venue and back to the hotel. And that will be our life. So that's why I think we'll be fairly invisible. And this gives me a chance to say how much I appreciate the people, the organizing committee, who have worked all these years to put on the games and are continuing to work because now things are going faster and faster and all the plans have to be finished in time for the opening of the village and the opening ceremony. So they're working very, very hard. And I deeply appreciate all the work they're doing.
I'm not sure about Olympic family, what meaning. So I think even like members of IOC and them like wife, daughters, sons, no?
No, I will come alone. IOC members will not be bringing guests. We will not
bring guests.
No.
Even sightseeing in around Japan, no?
No, we cannot. That was the agreement we made with your folks in charge, that we would come to our meetings, and we would go to the venues and come back to the hotel. And that's what we will do.
You will make agreement.
No, we've already agreed that that's the way. We have something that's called the playbook.
And
yes, if you go on to the Olympic, Tokyo also has the Tokyo website explains that. And if you look at those playbooks, you'll see exactly what we will be doing.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And also, I wanted to ask you about Mr. Bahar, the president of IOC, because actually we don't know him very well. So what is his character? How kind of the person he is actually?
Well, I've known him. We both competed during the 1976 Olympic Games in Montreal.
Yeah.
We both fought to compete in the 1980 Games in Moscow, and neither of us were able to because our governments kept us home.
Yeah.
And he's also an attorney. I'm an attorney. He's an attorney. Now, he's a fencer, not a rower, but I don't hold that against him. Not everybody can be rowers. Accuse him. But he's a good man who cares about the athletes and understands how challenging it is to put on the Olympic Games. It's as we say, it's no joke. It takes so much planning. And then the Tokyo organizing committee was asked to replan for a rescheduled games. And that's even more challenging than knowing what the date is and being prepared by the date that everyone has agreed on. To push it a year was very, very difficult. So again, he appreciates how challenging that's been.
I see. So how do you, I want to ask you something about JOC from Japan. Yeah. how do you evaluating? How do you feel from our JOC president, Seiko Hashimoto? Now we change our president of JOC, because
No, the organizing committee.
yeah. Before was former president was Mori.
Yes.
Yeah, but
A great man. Yes. I respected him. And he'd been prime minister of your nation and done so many things and was giving so much of his time to organizing the games. And now we have an Olympian, a 7-time Olympian, who I admire. And she has already put her stamp on the organizing committee and has, as she said, she's opening up society to understand that women can take leadership reins. And they already have, but perhaps not openly as much. And now there are more women on the board of directors, there are more women in positions of responsibility. And there have been studies throughout the world over time that shows when you have decision-making by both women and men, the decisions are better.
How did you feel about the remarks of Mori, the former president Mori? I think he mentioned something about women have to be like women should be not talk too much in conference. He said, how did this you feel actually?
Well, it doesn't matter what I think. The people of Japan made a decision. So the decision's made.
Exactly. But we made a decision already, but how can I say? If you have any opinion about this kind of remarks?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. This is what I wanted to ask you. So thank you so much for answering me and making such a chance. I very appreciate for that. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. And again, I thank your colleagues, your what we call them fellow Japanese. And I also want to shout out, as we say, to the magnificent volleyball team of 1964. I so admire what they were able to do. And I hope people remember how hard they worked and how successful they were. They are my idols.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. Also, I'm so looking forward to see the game. It's kind of.
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Yeah. And see you in Tokyo.
Yes, right now here is Tokyo.
Yes, but I'll be there.
Yes, you will. Have a nice trip.
Thank you. I will. See you then.
Yes, see you then. Bye.
Bye-bye.